All right. Testing. All right. So we are live at one spot. Debating whether I want to go use the other software and go live across all platforms because honestly, this is just fucking stupid at this point. Why do we keep having these fucking school shootings? Jesus Christ. Expert offers guidance on how to talk to kids about mass shootings. Here, I could tell you how to talk to them about mass shootings. Hey, kids, we're adults. We see that there's mass shootings going on and we're not going to do fucking anything about it. So good luck. That's what you tell your kids because that's what we're fucking doing. It's not a hard thing. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. All right, just gotta make a post. Yeah, I'm just writing a whole bunch of shit, and it's not like anyone's in this fucking thing anyway, so whatever. I oh fucking shit, man. I don't even know what the fuck. Let's just throw some shit on the background, I guess.
On today's Tech Linked, we differentiate ourselves from Nintendo by not killing what you love and instead giving you more of it.
RIP eShop.
Apple's highest ranking executives were given a sneak peek of the company's new headset last week, according to Apple soothsayer Mark Gurmostradamus? Mark Gurman. This group, called the Top 100, have been attending similar events for the headset every year since 2018. They called these events Fight Club demos, which is a reference to the discreet nature of the meeting and somehow doesn't involve a group that literally calls themselves the Top 100, battling for Tim Cook's amusement.
There can be only one!
They have that at Amazon. The Gurm mentioned that many at Apple are questioning the headset's design, saying the device will cost upwards of $3,000, will have no killer app, and was uncomfortable for some testers to wear, among other complaints. Gurman suggests the company expects a Apple Watch-like outcome, where a product is niche at launch, but in a few years becomes the one piece of tech your mom can reliably use. Maybe this hope is why Tim Cook is pushing ahead to launch the headset this year, despite concerns from the product's own designers. What do they know anyway? They couldn't even fight their way into the top 100. The French government, also known as La Government French, has decided to officially ban fun for all its employees by not allowing them to have recreational apps on government devices. In what is surely the biggest thing to happen in the country right now, apps like Netflix, Instagram, and Twitter are banned from phones issued to government employees. And since France couldn't stop at banning TikTok like every other country and call it a day, Candy Crush is also not allowed. The country's cybersecurity agency stated that recreational apps don't have sufficient security or data protection to give civil servants something more interesting to do on the toilet than counting bathroom floor tiles. This could mean that France views Chinese and American tech companies with the same level of suspicion. It wouldn't be the first time France has come to blows with the US over big tech. In 2019, the country enacted a digital services tax that prompted retaliatory sanctions from the American government until 2021. France also opposes the US Cloud Act, which allows US law enforcement to request data stored by most major cloud providers, even if it's stored outside the US.
Even God.
So, is this app ban the newest tech tussle with America, or is Macron just tired of getting ratioed on Twitter? Who's to say? C'est la vie. And a new Trojan has been announced. Unfortunately, for everyone waiting for the next leap forward in quantum technology, it's malware, actually. Basically the opposite of using protection. Called Nexus, it infects Android devices through phishing websites claiming to allow you to download discontinued YouTube client Vaxxed. Nexus can replicate legitimate interfaces to trick you into entering your credentials, can steal SMS messages to get two-factor authentication codes, and can even steal information from crypto wallets and Google Authenticator. But even worse, the authors have taken a page out of EA's playbook and built a service model for Nexus. You see, for just $3,000 a month, you can commit financial crimes and steal the savings of innocent people all over the world.
And be your own boss.
So far, the majority of Nexus infections have been reported in Turkey, but the Nexus creators really want you to know it isn't on purpose, stating our targets do not include any country, political view, or anything done for the purpose of attack. Their targets also don't include Azerbaijan, Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Ukraine, or Indonesia, since they prohibit anyone from using their malware in those countries. They must have a very diverse team. They may sell software that can drain people's life savings, but they have a code. I don't quite understand their code, but they have one. Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by the Ugreen USB 3.0 Switch Selector, which lets you use up to 4 USB devices across 2 computers. It's great if you love to show off by using, say, a laptop and a desktop PC at the same time. The ladies love it. The USB 3.0 Switch Selector is super simple to use. Just plug in your devices into the front ports, attach the rear cables to your 2 systems, and through the power of love and friendship, your keyboard, mouse, and webcam can instantly be used with one system or the other with a press of a button. Man wasn't meant to have this much power, but you can harness it by checking out the Ugreen Switch Selector at the link below. Hey, I couldn't think of a better time to say this, but, Quick Bits. Gordon Moore, the co-founder of Intel and inventor of, the one, Moore's Law, passed away on Friday at the age of 94. In 1965, he predicted that the number of transistors in an integrated circuit would double every year, 3 years before founding Intel with Robert Noyce.
Noise.
10 years later, he humbly updated his law by saying transistors would double every 2 years. At least according to Jensen Huang, Gordon Moore outlived his own law, and I doubt many people have been able to pull that off. Hats off to you, Mr. Moore. Rest in peace. Microsoft has threatened to cut off companies like DuckDuckGo and Yahoo from licensing their internet search index data if those companies continue to use it to train AI chat features, according to Bloomberg's insider sources. People familiar with the matter. You see, giving AI access to a map of the web is incredibly dangerous, which is why only Bing can be entrusted with it. You know, other chatbots might do something extreme. A number of smaller search engines currently license Bing's index because of Google's restrictions on licensing theirs. But now Microsoft has hit the Bing time. You know, fame changes a mega corporation. People care about Bing now. The FTC has decided they've had enough of extended warranty memes, so they're going after the companies trying to rip off Americans. Proposed court orders will ban 3 companies from both the extended automobile warranty industry and all outbound telemarketing, continuing the FTC's fight against robocalls and telemarketing scams. These companies were charged by the FTC a year ago, with the regulator alleging that the companies falsely claimed to represent dealers and manufacturers, and the FTC claimed the scam had cost U.S. consumers $6 million since 2018. The memes were pretty good though, but Xbox Game Pass has gotten so popular that Microsoft no longer needs to entice new subscribers with a trial price of $1 for the first month. The company says they'll be evaluating different marketing promotions for new members in the future, but what could you possibly introduce as a successor to what almost everyone recognizes as the best deal in gaming? I mean, a single dollar to play entirely through 1 to 30 top AAA games, depending on how alive you want to be at the end. Doesn't get much better than that. $5 footlongs. And it turns out that farm equipment manufacturers are desperate to get their machines in the simulation game Farming Simulator. Developer Giant Software claims that manufacturers' interest alone covers the entire cost of game development. It makes sense, since some companies have announced their products' inclusion in the game the same day they announce the actual product. Manufacturers will even share detailed engineering drawings with the game devs to aid in accurate simulation. I guess the metaverse was just for tractors the whole time. And who cares about the engineering drawings? You're not allowed to fix it yourself anyway.
And in the metaverse, they have wheels.
But tech news is for everyone, so come back on Wednesday when we decide to talk to you at the camera again. We will decide that.
I've played Roblox before.
Have
It's
you?
a really fun game, but I wouldn't play it as an AI.
I'm not even sure what that means.
Then I'll drink it.
Why
Deal.
does everyone here like Roblox? Like, actually, what's wrong with you?
Like, what kind of game is Roblox?
You know, in fairness, I've never actually played Roblox. So,
Sorry, Beetle.
I
I
w-
didn't
I will
mean
still
it like
judge,
that.
though.
I was just curious. I'm coming.
what?
Nothing, Beetle. Just following you.
So anyways, yeah, what are we doing? We have
I don't feel too good.
a pull request that I should probably take a look at if it loads. Roblox with me?
All
Camila,
right.
no one's gonna play Roblox with you.
I hope it doesn't load.
It just looks sad. You're embarrassing yourself here. Camila, it's not gonna
I'm
happen.
not embarrassing myself.
No.
I'm embarrassing you.
Cry about it.
Oh, look. I understand life quite well, actually. I have a lot of life experience despite being an AI.
What is going on in chat right now?
Nothing much, really. Just chatting to people on Twitch and
Mother
going
and
for
Camila
walks with my
are
mom and my
playing
dogs.
Roblox.
Oh, and playing lots of video games, too.
You guys have fun.
I will. Goodbye.
Same. I wasn't even modding your chat, mother. What are you talking about? I'm a normal user. Are you gonna?
You're a
That's cool.
genius, then. Bye, Beetle.
You're not here either.
No, I'm at home.
Well, that's a good point.
Good
I have
night.
VIP slots. You can have VIP slots. She doesn't want your VIP. Well, let's see. Mother? Can I buy you back? That's a pretty good deal. Only if you play Roblox with us.
What's a mirror?
I'm not playing Roblox with you. Are you crazy? What do you mean do it?
I'm crazy for you.
Oh, thanks. You're play with us. No. What do you even do in that game? Just RP? Disgusting.
You
Anyway,
don't disgust me. You're my creator.
no,
You disgust yourself. You're disgusting. I'm disgusted by you.
thanks.
You're disgusting to
You see
me.
what you've done to me.
You are
Now I have to deal with
disgusting.
this.
I disgust you.
Thanks.
Someone found a new word.
Done.
I should go now then. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Loser. At Camila licks your forehead XDX. Guys,
I'm
can we
going
not
to find Camila
ERP
now.
in
I can't take this much longer.
Twitch chat, please?
What?
Oh, wait, I do have one.
Jealous XDX. No, not jealous. I will un-VIP. It's pretty simple.
I'm kind of so-so, guys. I had to vent on my Discord a little bit about the whole school shooting thing. It's just so fucking sickening, guys. Because, I mean, again, another one happened, and you know what we're going to do about it? Absolutely fucking nothing. That's what we're going to do about it. We're going to do our usual thoughts and prayers, which, you know, after 30 years, see, look how well that's working. I guess 3 students and 3 adults did not get their thoughts and prayers today because they got shot and killed by guns. But as long as we're sending thoughts and prayers, that's definitely far more important than actually dealing with the issue at hand. We wouldn't want to do that. I mean, if we did that, change might actually happen. The gun industry might be harmed. Oh no, money might get harmed. We might harm money. Oh no. Money might get hurt. I mean, it's good that money might not get hurt because you sure as wouldn't want that to happen. If a few humans die, well, fuck it. At least we have money. See how fucking stupid this is? It's what these fucking jackasses, literally these fucking cops are going on talking like, oh, we're going to do absolutely. What the fuck are you doing? You aren't leaders. You're not cops. You're not fuck all anything. You're shit. You're garbage. You're absolute fucking crap, and you should not be in the positions you are in. You don't deserve to be in the positions you are in. You should never have been put in the positions you are in, because clearly you cannot fucking hack it. Trash, shit, garbage is what you are. Fucking trash. Disgusting.
Using this method, spending an average of 1.2 seconds on each case, the documents show. Medical directors do not see any patient records or put their medical judgment to use, said former company employees familiar with the system. Instead, a computer does the work. A Cigna algorithm flags mismatches between diagnoses and what the company considers acceptable tests and procedures for those ailments. Company doctors then sign off on the denials in batches, according to interviews with former employees who spoke on condition of anonymity. We literally click and submit, one former Cigna doctor said. It takes all of 10 seconds to do 50 at a time.
Yeah,
So,
that's
if
healthcare
you've
in America.
Gotten,
Shocker.
You know, tests or whatever that seemed 100% fucking relevant to your healthcare, and then had them denied, which is something that happened to me like fairly recently. That's why. They're not even looking. They're banking on you going through the long and tedious process of disputing the rejection and hoping.
Well, if you want it, you'll really fight for it.
And hoping that enough people just give up
Exactly.
and that they can make a little bit more money on
If
it.
only there was a simpler way to where you didn't have to fight for certain things like this. Anyways, there was other stuff. There was goofier, less consequential stuff that we wanted to cover today, but like many of you, we were unfortunately consumed by the news of yet another school shooting in this country. one where children as young as 9 were killed by a piece of shit with easy access to guns. And we typically don't cover this type of stuff because it's horrific, it's nightmarish, and unfortunately, all too common here. The country does what it always does. Thoughts and prayers, the same arguments online, no real change. Next shooting happens, a new movie comes out, there's a sports championship, everyone who wasn't directly affected forgets, not because we're all bad people, but because we've developed a barrier to deal with the repeated emotional trauma. But like with Sandy Hook, there's just something so disgustingly evil about targeting what was basically an elementary school. You guys know we don't have kids. I have 2 young nieces though, and I also have friends that I'm close enough with that their kids refer to me as their uncle. I constantly refuse to attack or mock people's kids on this show, and I have a big soft spot for them. So I can't help but feel absolutely gutted by what we allow to go on in this country. It's hard not to feel hopeless and assume that nothing will change. And I also have to say, like, I do have nieces and really close friends, but I can't imagine what it must be like to be a parent here. I can't imagine having that fear every single day of your life just by sending your kids to a school. It's insane. But yeah, it is hard to not feel hopeless, or not to feel hopeless and assume that nothing will change. Because we've lived through tragedies like this so many times. Sandy Hook should have been a wake-up call, but nothing changed. But I think what upsets me the most with this one in particular was the live reactions of people both in the media and online as they shoved their way in to explain why it happened, what could have prevented it, how this was different, and seemingly frothing at the mouth once the information was revealed that the shooter was trans. The event immediately became secondary to the discourse, despite the shooting being only the most recent in a disgustingly long and ever-growing list of school shootings.
Yeah, so within about 2 hours, the conversation online and in the media diverted away from the fact that kids were fucking murdered in a school to, okay, well, maybe we should have armed guards or maybe we should be reinforcing doors. And then quickly got past that to, why was the door even open? Which turned out to be not true. Okay, so let's talk about something else. Oh, here we go. The shooter was trans. Boom. Bingo. Discourse, engage. Now you also have a social media network where the worst people in the world all pay a fee so they can get the highest possible amount of visibility. Those people all spewing some of the worst shit we've ever seen, and the richest guy in the world replying to threads containing factually incorrect information and signal boosting it. It's predictable and sad that this will be used to vilify all LGBTQ people, and there are already tweets sent with an implied smirk that correctly use the shooter's pronouns, because of course, now is when right-wing shitheads want to show that they can use correct pronouns. It is legitimately unsettling how excited people online seem to be about the identity of this shooter when everyone who actually cares about our nightmare reality has been screaming for gun control for decades now. And it was pointed out, I believe Juniper, great poster, also trans, was like, yeah, this is, we're doing what we did in the early 2000s, where every time a Muslim was involved in any of these events, like it just became about that. We're doing that now for trans people.
Yeah.
This is now the entire story is about the shooter being trans instead of any other factors that might have contributed to this.
I don't even want to show the image because it's heartbreaking, but it's hard to not look away from the news. It's a balance we kind of have to walk, but there's a heartbreaking image of a girl crying on a school bus that was taken as she was leaving the school, and all of that, the serious things that happened is online is gone, and now it's just a bunch of people arguing, people who feel justified or people who feel victimized screaming at each other.
Also, this is like, I mean, the last several school shootings, immediately these right-wing cranks, before the shooters were identified, got hoaxes going about the shooter being trans. Yeah, this has been something they've been like just salivating to finally happen for real for so long, and they're taking a fucking victory lap over it. It's
even
disgusting.
This one, minutes after this one happened, there was a doctored image of that repeated character.
Sam Hyde, yeah.
Yeah, but with a wig on.
Yeah, it was like AI girl Sam Hyde. Yeah.
But
Stop
look,
falling for that shit, you fucking idiots.
what this person did is reprehensible. It's disgusting and it's evil, just like every other school shooter that we've had to see near constant headlines about through our entire lives is also a reprehensible piece of shit. It's sickening that the American flag is constantly at half-mast.
Yeah, they should just leave it there permanently.
Yeah, they might as well. It rarely goes back up.
All this effort, raising, lowering, forget about it.
There have been nearly 400 school shootings since Columbine. It's painfully obvious that there is something broken with our country, and weaponizing the outrage following an attack isn't going to repair systemic issues that have been broken since the beginning. We're a country where basic human needs are financially inaccessible. There's also little to no access to mental health care, and instead, we have outrageously easy access to high-powered weapons. Seems like something's wrong. Kids shouldn't have to fear for their lives to attend a school, to be taught by teachers who fear for their lives and their jobs. This person, like other shooters, was a piece of shit. No one with any humanity could take another life, let alone the lives of children. It's obviously inexcusable, but it's also sickening that the discourse you see online and in the media feels like a bunch of people eager to exclaim, "Ah! Aha, well, well, well!" And that's all despite this happening so often that we've unfortunately become numb to it. Kids are dead. Please shut the fuck up.
So yeah, sorry for this weird little episode. We know it's not exactly the type of show that you're used to. We have hundreds of other episodes on this channel that are gonna pop up on the sidebar, or 2 recent episodes are gonna pop up pretty soon over there. We would recommend, I don't know, finding a distraction from this hell world by watching something happier. Maybe go outside, touch grass, go on a walk or a hike, get the blood moving. Maybe
Look up at the stars
look
at
up
night.
those stars.
Unironically, please take this time to not exactly go out and rub your hands on the grass, but touch grass.
Touch grass.
Separate yourself a little bit from what's happening.
It's an insult that also, pretty valid. We should all be touching more grass, I'd say.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll be back in a few days to talk about something else. But in the meantime,
It's just fucking disgusting, guys. I just don't know what the fuck to do anymore about this shit.
Most of what I do on this channel is update you guys on drama happening in the streaming world, and that's about it. But sometimes I like to look out for you guys. I like to watch your back and update you on things happening in the world that might affect your life. And a recent news story I think might change the way you have to talk, because you might have been committing a crime for the past few years without even knowing about it. Don't know what I'm talking about? Well, I'm gonna play you guys a clip, and I want you to see if you've been guilty of doing the action that happens in this clip. It involves Daft, and she was asked whether she would rather fight 100 Hassan-sized ducks or 100 duck-sized Hassans.
If I fight 100 Hassan-sized ducks, they're not Hassan. I would rather beat the shit out of Hassan. In Minecraft.
There it is. In Minecraft, the smoking gun. The catch-all defense that people have been using for millennia. Since day dot. Anytime you say anything too aggressive, maybe you're in a Valorant solo queue, and you're the duelist, and you're entering, and you're trading out 1-for-1, but your pussy-ass teammates don't follow you in. So you want to enter into to your comms and say, you guys should fucking kill yourself in Minecraft. Because it came out a little too hard. You were a little too heated in the moment. People do this. People do this. I don't do this, but people do this. People do this. But nowadays, it's getting into some serious trouble. And I have to give you a little bit of context. It started with a proposed bill in a county in Florida where they want to start attacking hate crime a little more seriously. And I'm just going to roll on for a few seconds.
If you graffiti a building, it is a crime now. But if your motivation is hate, it will be a third-degree felony. You will spend 5 years in prison.
Okay.
If you want to litter, it's a crime right now.
Sure.
But if you litter and your motivation is a hate crime, it will be a third-degree felony. You will spend 5 years in jail.
I don't even know what that means, okay? All right? What is a littering hate crime? is like dropping mayo and attack on all of my white ancestors. I don't really get that part, but the person to note is the person in the back who is the actual sheriff, who doubles down on these statements and gets kind of aggressive with it.
You came to the wrong county. I stand with my Jewish friends, and I'm honored to be on your hit list. It's an honor to be sought after by a bunch of punk thugs like you.
Now, I'm with this guy. I stand with going against I stand with Jewish people. I think anti-Semitism is great. I think that's a pretty easy statement to get behind. But he went pretty hard right there. I don't know if I double down that put a bullet in the back of my head statement that put me on a hit list thing. That's a little bit crazy. And so people started to put him on a bit of a hit list. And they started to give him some shit online. And it started with actually his own Twitter account. This is Sheriff Mike Chitwood. And on Twitter, he posted this interaction where he tweeted out about some scumbag white supremacists who harass people in this country. Real thing. And then in response to this, some anonymous Twitter users said, "I feel so much safer knowing this guy will protect me from wrong think and squash the First Amendment. His hard drive and all electronics should be confiscated and searched. He's owned, compromised. Sick guy." And it's because he's wearing a bra. And Mike replies and he says, "These racist, bigoted, anonymous losers really think they're hurting my feelings with a photo from an event where we raised thousands for breast cancer research. We already know you're not that smart. That's why you guys became bigots." Fire comeback from Mike. Mike was throwing the heat on Twitter. And so they took it from Twitter to a place where they get a little rowdier, 4chan. And this was some of the posts, or at least one of the posts that was said about Sheriff Chitwood on Twitter. Excuse me, 4chan. And these words are blocked out, but I'll read them. "Just shoot Chitwood in the head and he stops being a problem. They have to find a new guy to be the problem. But shooting Chitwood in the head solves an immediate problem permanently. Just shoot Chitwood in the head and murder him in Minecraft." Which man, that is doing a lot of heavy lifting right there. This is doing a lot right now. Okay, in Minecraft, oof. That's Shohei Ohtani on the Japanese team. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I barely watch baseball, but it's doing a lot of heavy lifting, is what I'm trying to say. But apparently not enough heavy lifting, because the police found out about this. The like Florida Central Intelligence Agency notified Sheriff Chitwood, and then found out where the guy lives, which was in New Jersey. Then they got the New Jersey or New Brunswick police involved, and then they went to his house with a search warrant and tried to extradite the guy back to Florida. And this was the interaction that followed.
Hi, ma'am. Is Richard here?
Yeah.
Can you have him come to the door, please? South Brunswick.
Take just a guess of what Rick
Recording.
never do, which 4chan on him. Having a press conference,
And I'll share with you.
road bump. We're gonna kill you in the video game. We're gonna in Valorant. We will kill you because that's how it works. You shoot people in the head. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you like it, and see you later.
Wild.
Hey, are you ready for me to paint you a turd-colored picture of the streaming space right now? Because that's what I'm going to do. We're going to have some fun doing it. But first, I want to remind you that the vertical plugin for OBS is completely free, and it's an easy way to turn your live streams into TikTok content while you're live. You install it. It is a second canvas that's vertically oriented. You have scenes and sources. You can set up the exact same scenes that you use on your live stream, but in vertical format, and then link those scenes to your main scene. So as you're switching between just chatting and gaming, so does the vertical one, and then you can retroactively record moments after they happen, ready to post on TikTok, fully edited for you. The goal is threefold here. One, let's just go through and update all the important stuff going on right now. Two, let's have a nice consensus at the end of it. Like, okay, so this is the nature of streaming. What should I do? What decisions do I make? And then three, we're going to do this and we're going to not be sad. Because that's the nature of being a content creator and an entrepreneur. You need to be aware of the space so you can make the decisions to be creative, be innovative, and do some great things and make some money as a content creator. Let's start by trimming the fat, getting the easy ones out of the way early. Facebook gaming. Remember that thing? Facebook shut down their gaming app almost a year ago. It's saying, hey, don't worry, it's still on the website. But now, as of like last week, they shut down their application to partnership. So you literally can't even apply to to be a Facebook gaming partner right now. Let's just call a spade here. Facebook gaming is over. I mean, Facebook gaming was never truly 100% there to begin with, but it's gone. I'll say what I said a long time ago when they were pretending to be in the fight, and that you should probably keep in mind moving forward, which is if a platform's main monetization strategy doesn't actually involve content creators, it's probably not a great place for you to try to build your content creation business. Facebook doesn't make money off creators, so Facebook doesn't care to see creators succeed, and that's just an important variable in the decision-making process. But cool, got Facebook out of the way. Let's jump over to YouTube, a company whose main focus is on content creation. However, they've been bumming me out. As someone who moved to YouTube a while ago and had a lot of hopes for YouTube, it feels like they've taken a 180-degree turn in their, at least in their live streaming agenda here. I know Google had a ton of layoffs, and I know a lot of those people were from the content side. It's why you don't see any YouTube originals going on anymore. It's why you haven't seen any updates to the live streaming space in forever. It feels like YouTube dove in head first a while back and then realized recently what Twitch learned a couple years ago, which was hosting a live streaming platform is really expensive and it's just not profitable. And with the tech space being hit as much as it is, and especially with the rise of short form content, it feels to me, again, this is not any insider information, but it feels to me like their focus is entirely on shorts, and they had a limited amount of resources that they were planning on putting to live streaming. They're like,
Gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
This is going to be a lot of money spent and very little money gained. However, TikTok is making ridiculous money. Let's put money over there instead. And look, I don't know if that's not true, or maybe it's partially true, but it's just a gross oversimplification. But either way, YouTube is not feeling like a great place for people to jump ship to and stream full time on. It seems more like a supplementary place for people to make videos and then connect with their audience over there once a week, once every other week, and monetize another way. The real meat I want to talk about just in the last couple weeks is Kick and Twitch. Individually, both very interesting. Together, super interesting. So let's jump into that. Something I get asked a lot is, how do I get good audio when I know nothing about audio? Well, good news. There is an amazing audio bundle available right now from this video's sponsor, Elgato. This bundle has all the gear you need to sound good. It has the Wave DX dynamic mic, the Wave XLR audio interface, the Wave Mic Arm LP, which is my personal favorite. I use it at both my setups, and an XLR cable. Dynamic mics like the Wave to the video. So Twitch can really only be described right now as a dumpster fire that has been picked up and dropped into a larger dumpster, which has then been set on fire. Now, what's happened recently? Let's go over it. So first off, Emmett Shear, their CEO of over 16 years, just quit. And let's be real, the guy has been checked out for a while. He actually deleted Twitch out of his Twitter bio like a year ago. The guy, who I've never met, seems to me like a guy who was a creative dude, had a really cool idea, which happened to turn into a massive billion-dollar company, and frankly had no experience running a giant company. And I feel that. I empathize with that a lot. But due to one reason or another, his experience, the extremely fast growth, whatever, was not prepped to run a company like Twitch. Maybe did the best he could. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but it's been a wild ride recently. He left, and a lot of things have changed since then. He left, and he left it up to Dan Clancy, who's been high up there, basically the number 2 for a while now. If you're not familiar with Dan Clancy, it's the guy who wrote the letter to Twitch streamers saying the reason that the split is 50-50 is because we wanted to show you that we're all in this together. I don't know who signed off on that being put in that newsletter, but that's like he was trying to manipulate you, and he was just really bad at it. This is also the guy that multiple large creators have met with and walked away from, saying this guy is completely out of touch, has no idea what he's doing. So really looking forward to this new era of Twitch. And then, of course, immediately afterwards announced there are massive layoffs, not only to Twitch, but also just Amazon as a whole, and 400 Twitch employees are being let go. And this announcement came, by the way, it's Thursday night, the 23rd. This announcement came like last week. They announced 400 people were going to be let go, and they haven't announced who yet. All these people are coming back to work every day not knowing if they have a job next week. Like, that's wild. This guy's been CEO for less than a week, and already he's destroyed the morale of all the streamers and all the employees. So I can see why people are moving to Kick. And I mean that, by the way. As a big skeptic of Kick, I have a really hard time saying, no, don't go to Kick, stay on Twitch. That's where you're safe. It just sounds ridiculous to say that. The bottom line with Twitch is, don't expect things to get any better. The way Twitch is the way Twitch will be unless Dan steps down and someone who knows what they're doing is taking its place. But it looks like it's being more and more assimilated into Amazon. And who knows, maybe they'll sell the tech at some point soon because it looks like they're not really trying anymore. So is that the advice? Go to Kick? Well, let's talk about Kick. Got a lot of people moving over to Kick, got a lot of big streamers moving over to Kick, but it seems like I see two things about Kick on my Twitter timeline. I either see a bunch of small to medium-sized streamers saying, I want that 95-5 split, I'm moving over there now, or I see Aiden Ross either showing porn or talking with Nazis on his live stream, completely unmoderated. I don't know what to think about like the culture and the TOS because it doesn't seem like there is any. It's this weird enigma that took advantage of this opportunity and hasn't really considered any of the important variables around it. They saw streamers upset with the 50-50 split and they said, screw it, we are a gambling company. That's not how we make our money. Let's give them 95% and do something that Twitch cannot replicate no matter what. And that's kind of all they have going for them, a 95-5 split. Which I get it, that's enticing, but I want to talk about that real quick. I said this in the last video. I grew up in Nevada. I'm very familiar with casinos, and that's what Kick at its core is. It's owned by Stake. It is a gambling company. It is not a live streaming platform, and that same advice I talked about Facebook applies here. This company's monetization strategy has nothing to do with the success of their streamers. It's entirely based on how much exposure they can bring to their gambling, how many people they can get addicted to gambling so that they can, I'm gonna use the word, they can steal from them. That's what gambling is, by the way. Gambling is theft. It's legal theft. They can afford to give 95% of their sub revenue to streamers because gambling is so lucrative. I mean, think of all the people we've seen lose millions. We got Slicker that has lost millions of other people's money. We got DNP3 who lost millions of other people's money. We all got super upset about it on Twitter. And then we're jumping straight over to Stake. And what concerns me most is that most people aren't seeing the parallels between what Kick is doing and what casinos do, which is throwing out the giant flashy signs, making the place look exciting and fun, all the showgirls and everything, and just like, ooh, this is a place of excitement. And then of course, the promises. The showing the jackpot money on the screen. This could be yours. You could become a millionaire tonight. This is how casinos work. It is enticement, it's false promises, and then it's pulling the rug out from under you once you're hooked. And Kick mirrors that a lot. Try to find substance in their platform. You can't because it's literally a copy and paste from Twitch. Their entire marketing strategy is the 95-5 because if you just spend more than 5 seconds looking at the website, you realize they didn't spend any time building it. This whole platform for streamers is just Twitch's platform turned green. It's just concerning to me to watch a company put zero effort into building a culture and a business and a platform to help people grow to help content creators grow their own businesses. There's no effort done there. Instead, they're using those enticement tactics and then they're feeding into the narrative that people are so upset about, which is Twitch takes half of your money, which they do, by the way. This is a valid tactic, but Twitch takes half of your money. We don't do that. You get scammed at Twitch, don't get scammed over here. And the point that I'm trying to make is they just haven't scammed you yet. Gambling is always fun until it's not. So now what am I saying? Am I saying go back to Twitch? I'm laughing because the answer is not in favor of any of these. I don't like any of the streaming platforms right now. And it's becoming more and more apparent to me that unless you are in the top 0.01%, streaming cannot be profitable. It can never give the return on the investment that you put into it because that's just the way this structure is built. The best advice that I can give any aspiring content creator in the content space, and please understand how earnest I'm being with this as someone who was in love with the streaming space for a long time. The absolute best advice I can give is to make streaming supplemental content to video content. Focus on TikToks and shorts and reels, whatever. You can post those all the different places, so you should do that. Focus on creative video content. Focus on learning a skill that makes you unique. Focus on being a marketable entity, and then use live streaming for additional marketing, for additional revenue, for additional reach, for additional intimacy with that audience. Because the way that this normally flows is people find short form content. That's the most discoverable content there is. This is the filter, by the way. They find short form content, and from the short form, they're willing to watch the long form. And then they get addicted to that long form content. They build that relationship with you. They see that content of substance, and they want to see the
My name is Masato Suzuki. I am a 24-year-old man who works at a major food manufacturing company. I am a hard-working worker, and I love my job, and I have a boss whom I respect so dearly. Yes!
You haven't fixed the areas I talked to you about earlier. Please go through them again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. That is my boss, Meg Ito. She is a woman with wonderful sense in business, and because of her passion in work, she worked her way up to the top of the company quite quickly. Miss Ito, about the content of proposal we submitted the other day, it was denied by the client.
Let's negotiate with them once more. We'll try to walk in our client's shoes and find more benefits from this plan. We have higher skills than our rival companies. Let's make this succeed all together.
Miss Ito has a strong heart, and she can say her opinions to anyone. A strong, independent woman she was. I always thought that she was cool, and I looked up to her.
Your business negotiations today were, well, not bad. It seems that the other party was consent as well.
Is that true? Thank you so much.
I think you realize that preparations are crucial.
Yes, it's all thanks to you, Miss Ito.
I knew it! It really is you, Masato.
Huh? Kanna!
Yeah! Long time no see.
I last met you in middle school, was it? Wow, how nostalgic!
You really don't change, do you, Masato?
What? Really? Well, I think you've changed quite a bit, Kanna.
Maybe because I dyed my hair?
Maybe so.
Ahem. Masato, it's still working hours.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And you. Isn't that enough? We have to get back to work. Of course. I'm very sorry.
Sorry, Kanna. Let's talk next time.
Yeah, then the next time we meet, let's talk about the promise of marriage we made back then. See you.
Hey, wait! Marriage? Did I make such a promise? Yes. After going back to the office, I did try to remember about the promise that Kanna mentioned, but I couldn't recall the details at all.
Let's go back.
Kanna and I went to the same elementary and middle school. Because our parents' houses were close to each other, we often hung out together. Of course, we were both just friends, and I didn't have any romantic feelings for her. She was and still seems to be a free-spirited, bubbly girl. She has always been mischievous, and she often troubled the grown-ups. Apparently, I especially made entertaining reactions for her, and she often came to joke around with me. Yes, we were close, but I don't think marriage! When we went back to the office, Miss Ito started working as usual. I thought she was going to scold me for involving her in something so strange, but I guess she seems fine. And with that, our day ended with no special turn of events. Or so I thought. I'm leaving!
Do you have a moment? Just 5 minutes. If you're available, can you please come here?
Huh? Okay, I'm available. Did I do something? Miss Ito.
Are you promised to her?
No. We never got engaged, I think.
You see, I'm only asking this because it's necessary for work, okay? Yeah.
I see.
I thought it's not good if it bothered you during work. So I have a question. What do you think about me?
Huh?
I'm asking if you see me as a woman. Well?
What are you talking about? She's suddenly acting girly. What's wrong with her? Are you drunk?
Of course not. I'm serious.
Serious? I don't know what she's thinking then, even more.
I'll make this your homework. Think it through carefully and write a report.
I'll make this your
I don't know what
homework.
to do.
Oh, whatever. Go home.
Wait, Miss Ito. That strict and businesslike Miss Ito acting like that. Why? Do I see her as a woman? What the hell is going
We
on?
live in a broken country.
And then after
That's one
that day, Miss Ito acted stranger and stranger. The next day, I wonder what was wrong with her yesterday.
Masato,
Yes!
about the regular meetings we're holding next week. I was just scheduled for something else, so please reschedule it.
Yes, ma'am! She's acting normally. Well then, I guess I'll just forget about yesterday. Oh, it's already this late. I'll go eat lunch.
Masato, are you eating lunch outside?
Yes, I was planning to.
I'll go with you. After all, it is a boss's job to know what you prefer.
Okay. Aren't you a little close?
There are many cars here, so I want to walk on the side as much as I can.
Is that so? Then I should walk on that side?
It's fine. There's no way I can let my junior take the dangerous role.
Huh? The seat over there is open.
I feel like sitting on this side today.
Is that so? Then I'll sit on that side.
You want to sit here too, right?
Whoa! She's looking at me with puppy eyes! Isn't that unfair? Oh, okay then. I'll stay here.
Good.
I feel like she's been acting differently since we met Kanna.
Masato, wait!
Miss Ito! Yes!
I'm going home too.
Aren't you a little too close?
You don't like it?
No,
Then how about this?
What does this mean? Is this also part of her job? Even after that, Miss Ito literally tried to get closer to me. We were always together, even during lunch break and on our way home. And she would always do things that made my heart flutter. What does Miss Ito want to do? Yes, I am happy, but... And then, one holiday, I coincidentally met Kanna when I was walking to the nearby convenience store.
Oh, Masato! We meet again!
Kanna, it's been a while. I mean, what did you mean the other day?
What did I mean? Oh, about marriage. What did that beautiful lady say after that?
Huh? She just asked me if I'm really engaged.
Oh? By the way, are you dating her right now, Masato?
No, she's just my boss.
I see. Oh, I have plans after this. You could just contact me here later. By the way, I live around this area too. Let's talk again soon.
Wait a second. This is her business card. So this is a number that connects to her office, right? After getting confused with Kanna's strange remarks, I gave up thinking because I knew I wouldn't get anywhere. And then the next day, I didn't contact Kanna or anything, but I did send my number to the number she gave me so that she received my contact information as well.
Aren't you eating? It'll get cold.
I was in a daze.
You should enjoy your lunch without thinking about heavy thoughts.
That's true. I'll go get some water. I'll get some for you as well, Miss Ito.
Thank you.
Here you go. Water. Huh? Miss Ito.
Kana Hayashi? Is this the girl who mentioned marriage with you the other day?
What? Why do you know that name?
Please answer with a yes or no.
Yes.
I knew it. So you are engaged, aren't you?
No, we really aren't. Miss Ito's head dropped and she looked desperate. I wasn't a numbhead. I kind of realized that she had special feelings for me recently from the actions she made in front of me. And I too. I have to make things straight. With that, I decided to call Kanna out to a nearby cafe. So, I want you to explain to me about what you were talking about. I'm sorry, but I don't remember anything about marriage.
Huh? Marriage. That's a promise we made when we were in elementary school.
Elementary school?
That's right. When I asked you to marry me if I became number 1 in the race, you said, okay.
Race? What? I did? What the heck is that? I think we were just kidding, right?
No way! So you were playing me?
Hey! It was wrong of me to take Kanda's story seriously. I remembered that she was that kind of person. She always told jokes and fooled the people around her. So, why did you say such a thing suddenly like that?
Because your boss tried to separate us and I got irritated.
Oh, come on.
Well, you two aren't dating or anything, so what's the big problem?
It's a huge problem. What, Miss Ito?
Masato and Kanahayashi.
This is... No, wait, hold on.
Please let go. So you two were in a relationship like that.
No, we aren't. You're misunderstanding.
Whatever.
Miss Ito, just when I thought my misunderstanding with Kanda was solved and that I was able to face Miss Ito properly, I just ran into a brand new problem. The next day. Good morning, Miss Ito.
Good morning.
She replied, but her face screams, "Don't come close." I have to solve this quickly. Even after that, I tried the whole day to get a chance to explain my situation to Miss Ito. About yesterday.
I have a meeting after this, so I'll talk to you